Good afternoon. Welcome to Tuesday's Tips. I'm Meg Rentschler, the host of the Star Coach Show, and um, basically overall passionate person about what coaching can bring to the world. So I like to visit with you on Tuesdays to bring a few tips to help you think about things differently, to maybe dive into what you're doing as a coach a little deeper. And if you're watching right now and you're not a coach, that is awesome too, because we all have the opportunity to listen more deeply, to enter into conversations with a little more curiosity, and to be more compassionate about what other people are offering, and invite that conversation. So today I wanted to talk about something we all have, that sometimes they work really well for us and other times they absolutely sabotage us, and that is our habits. And one of the things that I wanted to dive into is, like, are our habits keeping us on the highway to success, or are they actually creating a dead end for us? And the same for our clients. How are our clients' habits potentially helping them move in the direction that they want, or putting up barriers everywhere? So today we're going to talk about just three different elements about the concept of habits, both through our lens, how they're influencing us, but also if we are a helping professional and we want to help raise awareness, help the people that we work with make some choices that hopefully benefit them. What can we do to do that? And then I'll have some ways that you can follow up on this information if you so desire. So let's talk about this concept of habits, and right out of the gate, when we think about habits, we need to be aware that often some of the most powerful things in our lives, like our sabotaging thoughts and habits, tend to run under the radar. So when they're below our conscious awareness, we don't have as much ability to make choice about them because we're not aware of them. So really, what we want to do is raise awareness about what are the habits that we're bringing forward. Are those habits serving us? Things like morning routines, maybe around um, exercise or meditation or journaling. Like, are they energizing habits, or are they sort of sneaky saboteurs? Are they endlessly scrolling through through different social media? Or one of the things that I hear from the coaches that I work with is sometimes this endless scrolling around the next step to take, the next thing to do, because in this digital age we have really limitless resources, and sometimes that very access to more creates less on our part. It creates this just influx of so much to deal with that we don't do anything. So what we want to do as human beings, but also as service professionals, is to help our clients understand, help ourselves understand that if we want to change habits that aren't serving us, we need to raise awareness about those. When we are on autopilot, that doesn't always serve us, and we're not necessarily aware of it. So our clients might not be aware of the fact that they're on an autopilot that's not serving them until we begin to ask some questions and explore with them What is it that they're doing on a habitual basis that's either working for them or working against them? So, the very first thing I want you to be aware of is that habits can be an invisible influence if we don't recognize those habits that are running our lives. Now, once we recognize that, we kind of want to hold up the mirror. We want to begin to assess, how are these habits serving us? So, as coaches, we might want to offer some practical assessment tools for our clients. They might be, tracking their habits. I'll have clients uh, track their thoughts sometimes, um, their self-talk that gets in their way. Well, it's the same kind of thing. What are the habits around the different things that they're doing? Maybe tracking their behaviors throughout the day. What about an energy audit? Kind of looking at, when you do this, is it adding to your energy or is it depleting your energy? Now, this is one of the things that I talk about in the new Star Coach episode that comes out tomorrow. June 4th, every Wednesday morning, a brand new Star Coach episode comes out. My episode tomorrow is with therapist Carol Look, and we're talking about transforming sabotage into success. And one of the ways that we do that is to increase our awareness of the patterns in our lives. And are those patterns serving us or are they depleting us? And we talk about depleting behaviors and energizing behaviors. So when you think about the way that you're showing up, when you help your clients think about the way that they're showing up, you'll want to ask some specific questions for your clients around their daily actions. And are those actions serving them towards their long-term goals? Are they actually putting a gap between what they say they want and what they're doing? So we want to be aware of the invisible influence, number one. So raise recognition about that. And number two, hold up that mirror. Are those habits, once we're aware of them, how can we continue to raise our awareness of the role that they're playing in our lives and really look at those habits? Are they serving us or not? And then the third thing I want you to think about is, how can you go from awareness to actually intentional action? How can we create practical strategies to help our clients transition from that unconscious habit pattern into deliberate choice making? Now, when we think about the smallest thing sometimes that we can do to move that needle, we as coaches can supply our clients with tools and resources to help that. Now, one of the things that I really enjoy and am actually looking forward to doing a deep dive training on is a tool called Synergy Stack by Let's Grow Leaders. Karen Hurt and David Dye are the owners of that. And this is a concrete tool that we can use with our clients to help them increase their awareness of habits that might not be working for them and replace them with habits that are useful. So, for example, if a client is really struggling with the way that they're connecting with others, the way that they are working with others, they and clarity about the way they're working with others, they might look for common ground. So what I love about the Synergy Stack is that it looks at 48 habits that our clients can use to increase their ability to meet their goals. So look for common ground. It gives a habit. I help people realize our shared objectives. But what I love about that even more is that it gives a question that the client can use with other people. So I care about you or this team or this project, and I'm confident that we can find a solution we can all work with. These habit forming cards can help our clients understand because they are literally holding them and looking through them and looking for habits that they can build that will help them meet their goals. I um, I find a way to play to energize our team and to lighten the load. I mean, like and then each one sort of talks about or gives the leader or the client questions that they can ask other people about this habit that they're trying to create. And what better way to help somebody create a habit than to give them a tool that they can hold in their hand and explore commitment and clarity, curiosity, and connection. So there are just so many different things that we can do as coaches to help our clients raise their awareness about their habits, determine are those habits working for them or against them, and then move from awareness to intentional action. There are many ways that we can do that. I love assessments to help do that. I love curious questions to help do that. And I have to say that I invite all of you to explore Synergy Stack with me. This is the deal. Karen and David of Let's Grow Leaders are actually doing a Synergy Stack certification training specifically for my network. This is like a one-time only thing. We're so excited to do it. And they're doing it for an incredibly discounted price that I am so grateful to them to bring that to my community to do that. So if you liked what, these beautiful, colorful, useful tool to use with your clients to help them increase their awareness of their habits, choose habits that work well for them, and give them the tools to be able to do that. I'm sort of flabbergasted by how great this training is going to be, and super excited. But we're enrolling for it now, and enrollment is ending this week. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I want to know more about that, shoot me an email. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a different banner on this. If you want to know more about this full day training that's going to happen on June 20th, it's going to be virtual but live. Like, we're going to be there. We're going to be working it together. We are going to earn our certifications as facilitators of Synergy Stack, be able to access this library of incredible tools. And speaking of habits, can I speak habits with you for a second? Habits that I see my coach clients do. So I work with coaches to get their businesses going, to get past all the stories we tell ourselves, all the blocks that we put in our own way. And one of those blocks that I hear consistently from coaches is like, I don't know how to approach clients. I want to work in organizations and help leaders be healthier leaders. That's exactly what my passion was when I left my therapy practice to become a coach. And it's a little daunting, right? It's like, how do we get in front of decision makers, and what is it that we offer? Well, a tool like Synergy Stack that actually has, a research-backed formula that Karen and David have been in front of team after team. They're going to teach us How do we take a tool like this to be the door opener, to be the thing that says, let me come in and work with your leaders around their habits, around teamwork. Let's accelerate your performance, reduce stress, and work better together. That's what the Synergy Stack is all about. So when I met David and Karen because of the Star Coach show, and then began to look at the work that they were doing and the resources that they put together, I was kind of blown away. I was totally blown away. And so with that, when they said that they would come and do a training for my network at a blow away price that I just can't even believe, that you can walk away with your certification, with access to their tools, with access to their resources. It's just mind-boggling, but I have to sign people up this week for it. So if you want to do it, please shoot me an email, meg@focusonresults.com. Leave a comment wherever you're listening to this if you like, but probably the best thing is to send me an email. Say, I really want to do this. Tell me more. I will tell you more. I will give your name to Karen and David to get you enrolled, because this is a game changer. And I'm super excited, but it's all about habits, and it's all about us as coaches helping our clients determine, what is that invisible influence in the way of habits that's happening for them? Let's hold up the mirror and help them decide through these kinds of tools, honestly, how are these habits working for or against me? And then let's have our clients take the wheel and really move that awareness into being intentional. And we as coaches, that's our job, to help our clients step into that intentionality and using things. And this is the deal about this. These are resources that your clients hold in their hands, and they keep and they use with their teams, and they use with you in their coaching sessions. This is a game changer, and I'm super excited to share it. So if that's something that you want to do, whether or not you want to do it, you can take Tuesday tips to sort of ingrain it in what you're doing as a coach, because habits are super important. But if you want to take it to another level and you'd like to explore this training with us, shoot me an email. Shoot it by the end of the week, because I've got to let them know who's doing this with us. But as we're wrapping up our time together today, I just want you to know that this passion that I have for coaching isn't blowing smoke. This is something that I believe 200% in. That's why I teach it in 2 coaching schools. That's why I've done the Star Coach podcast for almost 9 years now. That's why I run the Star Coach community, to help coaches come together to really get over the line of whatever's holding them back and bring their impact forward. I truly believe in coaching, and whatever you might need to help you bring your impact into the world, let me know. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with that. Watch the Star Coach show, either on our YouTube channel. Here's something. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, could you subscribe? Would love to have you follow the show. Wherever you're watching me right now, YouTube at Star Coach Show is where we have our tips and tricks and our shorts and all the things to help you thrive as a coach or as a leader, to use coaching as a leadership style. So enough from me. Thank you for listening. Thanks for being a part of my world. And until next week, this is Meg Rechler, wishing you the very best for your success. Take care. Go forth and be kind to others. We'll see you next week.